so sorry.
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, Leo sent me The Bloody Man. And this 2020 film was directed by Daniel Benedict and stars Tuesday Knight, and like Knight is spelled with a K, and Lisa Wilcox and Jeremy Carr, among others, of course. The story of this movie follows this family, and this family has 3 children, a father and a stepmom, and the youngest boy child has this comic book. And this comic book is about the Bloody Man. And it teaches him how to summon the Bloody Man. So he does one night, and then the Bloody Man starts to, creep them out and terrorize them when the father is away on business. But what will happen exactly? Well, you have to watch the movie and find out. Alright, so let's discuss this movie. Well, what works? Well, I think this one is like a family-friendly horror film. It follows this family, and I think their relationship and dynamic is really realistic. They are always kind of fighting each other, don't touch my toys, don't go into my room, and that type of stuff. And I thought that was all very kind of reflective of real life. And the stepmother's relationship with them as well, I thought was really good as well, very realistic. And her whole story arc, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great ending for her character. And so it just kind of seems like it is a real depiction of a real family. And so that is great. Definitely family fun all around. Also, this movie does feature child actors. And I gotta say, they got into the swing of things pretty fast. So they were actually pretty good throughout the majority of the movie. Maybe, the first 10 minutes or whatever, they're not as good. But they definitely pick up the pace, and their acting is all pretty solid, I would say. And lastly, this is supposed to be like a time period piece, and that time period is the 80s, just like kind of Stranger Things. And I thought all of their 80s stuff was actually really good, looked very authentic. All of their toys, their posters, I'm sure it's from a collection somewhere that they got all this stuff. So all their 80s stuff was absolutely wonderful to see. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, I did think it was a little bit long. I think it's about 2 hours or so. And with that being said, they do take their time to kind of develop the relationships with, the brothers and the sisters and the mother. And so, they take time to show them being brotherly, being motherly, and all that type of stuff. And for me personally, just kind of reminded me of everything I didn't really like as being a child. I can see if you are, a child, you would probably love all that stuff, probably be right up your alley. But as an adult, it just kind of annoyed me. And lastly, I think it was a little bit too well lit for a horror movie. I can understand if you're trying to catch that, that younger audience. Yeah, sure, light it. It definitely takes the edge off of everything, I would say. But for me, it made it not really scary. So yeah, it was just a little bit too well lit. So who would I recommend this movie for? Well, I think if you have a family fun night and you kind of want to make it into a family fright night, then yeah, you can turn this one on. I think it would work if you have a step parent, or if you have a younger teenager who, wants to be a big boy or big girl, then yeah, you can turn this one on. It's got some good messages in there. Don't talk to strangers, don't summon demons as well, of course. But yeah, family fright night, why not? As for rating, I gotta give it the okay score of 4. And I think on IMDb, though, I gotta tell you, it is a much higher score. I think they have 7.8 at this time. And I think, if you're showing it to children, then yeah, maybe they would give it a 7. But for me, it's definitely a 4. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.